Hi everyone, how are you doing? I wanted to make a little update video for you. First of all, there's just 2 days left, today and tomorrow, Thursday and Friday, to enter my contest. I will be checking for all the entries early Saturday morning. So the link below is to that video, and you can leave a text comment or you can do a video response if you like. I haven't gotten any video responses so far, but if you do make a video entry, you'll get three copies of your name in the random drawing instead of just one. And the random drawing will be for a custom video that I will make for you on the subject of your choosing. So please do vote. Just 2 days left to do that. I would like to mention that Harry Potter, of course, has just come out, or is just about to come out, depending on when you're watching this, and I am probably more excited to see this film than any other Harry Potter movie. Anyway, very interested to see how it all gets wrapped up, what happens with Snape. I haven't read the books, but I plan on reading them at some point after seeing this film, starting from the beginning. I saw all the Harry Potter movies in the theater, but some of them I only saw just the one time, like the first two, and just the first two primarily. The one that I've seen the most number of times at this point is Order of the Phoenix, which I've probably seen a grand total of 4. I think it's the best of the Harry Potter lot, but I'm very interested to see how it all gets resolved and what happens in the end with everybody. Although I have a clear notion of what the final scene is going to depict. The whole business with Snape is just very interesting to me. If you've been watching me for a while, you might remember that I work on the weekend, and I have Wednesday and Thursday off, which is the exact opposite end of the movie-going week, which means that if I want to see a bargain price matinee show, I'll have to wait until several days after the movie's open, and I don't like that. Normally I like going to see the movie on opening weekend, especially if I'm really excited about it. However, I do have this pass right here, which will, I went to Water for Elephants, and the image was too dark, so they gave me, when I complained about it, they gave me a pass, which, I can use for any show that I like. So I'm not going to be using this for Harry Potter, I'm going to be using it for Captain America. I'll see that like on opening night, and I'm excited about that movie as well. And there's other stuff that I'm excited about, but that movie is the one that I'm going to use the pass for Captain America, and that's going to be opening up next weekend, right? The 22nd? Yeah, that's very soon. Now, the primary purpose of this video, excuse me, sorry for the shakiness, is to talk a little bit about what's happened and what I've seen during the previous 6 months. I thought I would just sort of update you on sort of, because I don't talk about every movie that I see or every movie that I buy or whatever, or rent. Mostly just I pick certain movies to highlight, but I thought I'd just do a little wrap up here. If we skip some of the stuff that I've already talked about, the stuff that I saw at the beginning of the year, we move on to stuff that I would have seen possibly if I hadn't waited around for video. For example, The Expendables, Going the Distance with Drew Barrymore and Justin Long, Stone with Edward Norton and Robert De Niro, Antichrist, the Lars von Trier film. These are all movies that I've seen on DVD after they came out in theater. And all in all, I can't say that any of them really blew me away. None of them really were all that memorable. I did get around to seeing Easy Virtue, which is a movie that Jessica Biel was in a few years ago. It was broadcast on cable, and I really liked it. I thought it was really good. It was like a period film, which is not something that she does very often. Sorry about that. I also saw a really interesting indie movie called XXXY, which had Mark Ruffalo in it. And most of the people in that movie I'd never heard of and really hadn't seen much of since. But Mark Ruffalo, of course, he's quite good. Rango is a movie that I thought was very good. Really liked, I went on a Michael Fassbender binge. I saw Fish Tank, I saw Eden Lake, I saw Jane Eyre, and of course X-Men First Class, and of course Inglourious Basterds is always playing on one of the Showtime subsidiaries, and he's in that as well. He plays the British film critic turned soldier who impersonates a German officer in that film. And a lot of Michael Fassbender. I really like the guy. I have to say the movie that I've liked him best in was Fish Tank, which is a very, very low-budget indie movie. I saw Faster with Dwayne Johnson. I didn't really like that movie all that much. particularly since they cut out the ending. I don't know why they did that, but apparently they felt it was maybe a little too homoerotic because he holds the dying guy's hand. Like, they had to cut out the entire ending for that? That doesn't make any sense. Sucker Punch, disappointing, but I thought it was interesting, in terms of what Zack Snyder was trying to do, but all in all, a failure of a movie. Source Code, like that one. Trust is the best movie I've seen so far this year. It's directed by David Schwimmer, of all people. It's a kind of a domestic drama. It's about a 13-year-old girl that gets chatted up by an online predator. It's a really, really good film, and I would highly recommend it. It's the best film I've seen so far this year. Hannah generally was all right, although not one of my favorites. I saw all the Fast and Furious movies, and I have to say the most recent Fast and Furious movie, Fast 5, was my least favorite out of all of them. I don't think any of them are great, but yeah, I think probably the one I like the best is Tokyo Drift, although don't quote me on that. I couldn't say that any of them really stick out as being my favorite. And I saw Remember Me, and I read, of course, a lot of criticisms about them, including 9/11 as a twist at the end of the movie. But I, thought it was a pretty decent family drama, and I love Emily DeRaven from Lost. She is so very beautiful, so I will watch her pretty much everything. I saw a documentary called Tabloid by Errol Morris. Errol Morris is one of the most acclaimed documentary filmmakers, and that's just, I saw it at a college screening, basically, and it's just now coming out in Chicago, so if you get the chance, that's definitely one you want to take a look at. I caught up with the A-Team, which came out a couple years ago, last year, and I didn't see it in the theater. I don't understand why people hate this movie. It's a silly movie, yeah, but it's fun. It's a fun, movie. I liked it better than The Losers, that's for sure. Water for Elephants, like that movie a lot. I finally got around to seeing Four Christmases, also with Reese Witherspoon. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but still wasn't that good. I saw The Rock and Roll by Guy Ritchie. That was pretty decent. I like Tom Wilkinson a lot. I finally got around to seeing Australia by Baz Luhrmann, and that was almost as painful as I expected it to be. I haven't liked any of Baz Luhrmann's films except for Moulin Rouge, which I thought was excellent, but all of his other movies I haven't liked. Thor, yeah, wasn't big on that. The Beaver is another one of the really good movies that I've seen this year, and I was surprised by how positively I reacted to that. The Green Hornet was dumb. I really didn't like that at all, and man, Christoph Waltz is just wasted. I can't believe how short that guy is. He's so tiny. It's unbelievable. I saw No Strings Attached, which I really didn't think was very good. Kind of slow-paced, actually, but I am looking forward to the other version of that that's coming out with Justin Timberlake and Mila Kunis. Rabbit Hole, I got around to seeing Rabbit Hole. That was fine, good, but not, for whatever reason, I wasn't crazy about it. It's a fine film. It's just not something that really grabbed me, I guess. Bridesmaids, I thought that was pretty decent, although it belongs in a genre of comedy that I don't really care for, which is embarrass the main character as much as possible, and it will be funny. And I just really don't find that funny a lot of the times. But Bridesmaids is kind of the exception. I saw a double feature. I saved Despicable Me and Megamind for a time when I could see them both back to back, and I had a lot of fun watching both of those movies. Despicable Me really seems like a little kid's movie, whereas Megamind has a little bit more sophisticated humor for, older kids and adults. So I have to say I prefer that one. But Despicable Me is a fine kids movie, that's for sure. Let's see now. X-Men First Class is a very decent film, although I have some problems with the continuity with the other movies. But if you look at it as a reboot, then it's good. I saw Red and Drive Angry pretty much back to back. Red, I couldn't believe that a studio executive didn't take the director and say, "What's wrong with your editor? This movie is too slow paced. You need to make this movie move faster." But, what are you going to do? Drive Angry was fun. Let's see. I saw a documentary called Waking Sleeping Beauty about Disney animators. That was really interesting. I saw the drama Beautiful Boy, which was so incredibly depressing. It's about a kid who shoots up his school and kills himself. And then the parents of him, his parents have to deal with the aftermath of that, dealing with their own feelings, dealing with each other in the media and all kinds of stuff. Very depressing movie. I saw Green Lantern. I was curious. I wasn't really familiar with the character, so I decided to see the film. And I have to say that it's one of those movies in which you'll find pretty much nothing worthwhile except for one person, and that is Peter Sarsgaard. He's great. He's terrific in that character. So I would give him props alone, but not so much for the rest of the movie. And recently I saw Rubber, which is going to be one of the new LTA movies for next week. That's going to be fun. I'll be looking forward to seeing what other people are going to think of that. I didn't care for it all that much. In fact, I thought it was pretty terrible. And of course, Transformers. So what's coming up basically is Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Harry Potter, and Captain America. And those are the ones that I'm really looking forward to. So that is the mid-year review. And of course, there's going to be tons of really good stuff coming out in the fall, as per usual. That's when this good stuff really comes out. Steven Spielberg has 2 movies coming out, 2 of them. They'll be in the theater at the same time. That's amazing. That's really something. So yeah, that's it for now. That's my little update. Thanks very much for watching, and take it easy. And vote in the contest, please. Thank you.